Matilda Djerf is a 27-year-old influencer and founder of the wildly popular Swedish clothing brand Djerf Avenue. And until a few days ago, she was perceived by her millions of followers to be just this sweet, genuine girl with great style and pretty hair, who also just so happened to be a mega successful fashion influencer. But now, fans are slowly realizing the truth about Matilda, and guess what? It ain't pretty. Definitely not as pretty as her hair. Matilda's long-standing nice girl image has quite literally gone down the toilet.
Hi, my name is Matilda Djerf.
Sin egen toalett och den får ingen annan gå.
Important to know, if anything fucks up, it's not our fault, it's their fault. I'm joking, we're all a team.
There's so much to talk about here, but let's first go back to where and how this all started for Matilda. So Matilda and her boyfriend Rasmus started Djerf Avenue back in 2019, and at this point Matilda had already grown a large social media following with the help of her famous Matilda haircut. And she's actually part of the reason why curtain bangs became so popular. I mean, seriously, her hair was like a celebrity on its own. But Matilda knew she wanted to create her own clothing brand because after doing a few modeling gigs for other brands, she noticed that there was a lack of transparency between the brands she was modeling for and their customers, which is a big part of what inspired her to create her own brand, Djerf Avenue. So knowing from firsthand experience that the brands she had been modeling for previously did not seem to be doing business the way that she thought it should be, she specifically wanted there to be a focus on inclusivity and honesty between her brand and its customers, which, okay, nothing wrong with that. But what makes this all very interesting and curious, if you will, is that just recently, in a mini documentary by a Swedish publication, it was revealed that 11 of her current and former employees had shocking claims about how they were being treated at Matilda's company, Djerf Avenue.
Jag har nog aldrig varit så rädd för en människa i hela mitt liv.
Det är daglig bevittning av folk som blir uppvaknande för alla som börjar på Djerf Avenue att det är inte samma bolag som vi jobbar på, det är raka mot.
And I first just have to say, 11 employees, that's not just like one or two. 11? And these are some strong, alarming claims. This whole video is shot in Swedish, obviously, but you can watch it with English subtitles and you can see these 11 employees talking about how terrible it was to work at this company and that every day there was psychological terror in the office. Many of them had extreme anxiety and panic attacks at work. Some of them would even cry like on a daily basis. They also say Matilda would yell at employees for minor inconveniences like coffee not being made or someone sitting in the wrong seat. She would be disgusted by an employee taking the train or bus to work. Like, this is strange behavior and it's definitely giving mean girl, I'm better than you. And the sad thing is, this all just became normal for these employees. This group of young girls who were probably excited to work for this woman, who's supposed to be this like angelic, inspirational figure, and now she's bullying them at work. It's just really sad and disappointing to see. Especially because Matilda is literally the face of this brand that claims to be a safe space and universally inclusive and claims to be committed to providing an inclusive environment where all individuals are treated fairly and with respect. Those are all their words, by the way. Meanwhile, she's actually making people feel extremely unsafe and terrified to come to work every day. Like, it's crazy. Now, this is where the whole toilet cleaning debacle comes in. One of these employees mentioned that she has her own personal toilet in the office that only she's allowed to use, with the exception of only her favorite employees, because everyone loves some good old favoritism. But one time, the do not use sign fell from the door, so someone used it by mistake, and Matilda made one of the employees scrub it clean before it was good enough for her to use again. And I think the upsetting thing with this is not necessarily the fact that she made an employee scrub the toilet. It's the fact that she made them do it before she was even willing to use it again, simply because someone else in the office used it once. Like, okay, drama queen, we get it. No one else in the world, or at least in this office, is worthy of using the same toilet as you. I mean, my goodness, what does she do in an airport? But surprise, surprise, it doesn't stop there. Matilda is also being accused of body shaming models, which is shocking because, again, her brand is supposed to be all about inclusivity, according to their own public statement on the Djerf Avenue website, right on the home page.
Folks kroppar och utseende. Till en person sa hon att rumpa fyllde ut jeans. Vissa anställda som var plus size använde så mycket i företagets sociala medier för att det såg bra ut. Men det var inte genuint.
One employee recalled an instance where they shot photos of one of their models in a larger size, and Matilda demanded that they retake the photos because she, quote, looks so damn fat in these clothes. Lovely. Does that sound like a safe, respectful space? No, I don't think so. But just in case you need more proof of how toxic this workspace is, here's a few clips from a live stream that was posted on the Djerf Avenue YouTube channel that they've now deleted, of course. And it gives you a pretty clear visual of the atmosphere Matilda has created in this workplace.
Important to know, if anything fucks up, it's not our fault, it's their fault. I'm joking. We're all a team. So, how long have you worked here? Since September. You're a new one. Fresh little baby. And you're also young. Yes, I'm 22. Okay, 22 is actually not that young. I'm 25. How long have you been with Djerf Avenue? I've been here for 1 year, celebrating 1 year. Isn't that wild? It's crazy, and it's like I'm actually an OG. You are actually an OG. And it's like only been a year, you know? Wild. That's wild. It is wild. And are you happy being here at Djerf Avenue?
I'm very happy being here at Djerf Avenue. We have so much fun together.
Don't we?
We do.
We do. We're really like, you know, we're besties. People are besties. We're linking up besties. Yes, we are. Yes. You are allowed to take my line here. You don't even remember it, do you? Thank you so hard now. I would say that this trash versus class. It sounded better when I said it. No, but I love this office so much. A lot of secrets in my room. Get out. That's the beautiful part of like working in a growing company, that you get to do so many different things, which is really, really fun. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think we all agree. And it's fun to see the team growing, and it's fun to see how everybody's just like thriving in their role.
Describe Djerf Avenue in one word.
Oh gosh. Inclusive. Trailblazing. Fun. I can't hold this because I don't need to hold it. Does anybody else want to hold it? Okay. Come on, guys. So we have a fun question.
This whole thing is so awkward. I actually like can't even believe they posted this on their YouTube channel. I mean, no wonder they deleted it now. But some of the things she's saying here, like, it really is shocking. I also can't help but look at the employees' faces in the background. They really look terrified and like they just really don't want to be there. So this whole story has gone pretty viral now that this mini documentary came out and all these clips are coming out again. And obviously Matilda needed to say something about this, which she did. And unfortunately for her, people are not really taking what she said seriously. Her first response to all of this was actually written in a comment and pinned on her most recent Instagram post at the time. She said, "Creating an inclusive and respectful space has always been essential to me as the founder of Djerf Avenue. I take these accusations very seriously, and if my actions have made anyone feel mistreated, I sincerely apologize." Matilda girl, you know what you did. If your actions made anyone feel mistreated, I mean, we all know they did. Inclusion is one of my core values and the foundation of everything I've built with Djerf Avenue. I deeply value everyone who represents us, clearly not, and I'm committed to ensuring that they always feel appreciated, included, and supported. If anyone has felt otherwise, I'm truly sorry. There she was again with the if. We know what you said. I truly don't recognize myself in all the claims made, but I see this as an opportunity to listen, grow, and take full responsibility as a leader. So there's so many things wrong with this apology, if you can call it that. Also, she doesn't recognize herself in all the claims made. Is she calling them liars? Is she saying that's not actually her? I don't know. This is just such a mess, and I think most people reading this were also like, why are you writing this in a pinned Instagram comment on an old post? Like, make a real statement. So then she posted this apology video on her story.
I'm not sure how to start this video, so I want to start off by saying that I am so genuinely so sorry to anyone that I have let down and to anyone that I have hurt. I know that I've been quiet on social media the last couple of days, and I wanted to meet with the Djerf Avenue team before going on here, and I know that my words will fall short, and I know that what I'm saying now will fall short, and I know that it's not an answer, and I know it's not a solution, But I hope that so many of you know that my way of expressing myself is through words, which is why I've tried to put my words and my future actions into a text that you can all read. And I hope that you will take your time to read it. And again, I want to say that I am so sorry to anyone that I have let down. And I want to say that I'm sorry to anyone that I have hurt. And yeah.
And then this story was immediately followed by a 4-part apology post. And there's a lot in here, so I'll just summarize it for you. She says, over the past few days, I've been quiet on social media. My highest priority has been to meet with the Djerf Avenue team and speak to them. That just means that she had to ask her team what to say because she doesn't know how to properly apologize. When I started Djerf Avenue, I never expected that the company would be what it is today with so many team members and so much responsibility. I wasn't ready. I had never led a team prior to this. I had never built a company prior to this. And under a lot of stress, high tempo, and naivety, I failed to be the leader and colleague I wished to be along the way. For that, I am so sorry. I wish my growth happened faster. So the company that she started grew faster than she could handle, and that's the reason why she has been bullying and belittling her employees? What? That's her excuse? Oh wait, there's more. Amongst other things at Djerf Avenue, we have hired a more experienced management team. We have introduced monthly anonymous surveys to collect feedback and take action. We have also set up an external organizational psychologist to assess our workplace. We are also in the process of bringing in additional external HR to support the organization. And yeah, this comment about sums it up. And then the last part, she says, moving forward, I'll keep learning and working to ensure Djerf Avenue is a safe, inclusive space for everyone. I'm sure he will. But this part is important because remember at the beginning of the video when I mentioned Matilda's boyfriend, Rasmus, and how they started this company together? Yeah, well, he's actually the CEO of the company as well as head of HR. So when the employees in this mini documentary tried to bring up some of these issues to HR, they would have to go to Matilda's boyfriend and be like, hey, so she's kind of insane. Is there something you can do? And then his response would be, what do you want us to do? We can't fire Matilda. So like, that's just the way it is. What? So instead of anything changing, even when they tried to reach out, they were just immediately shut down. Not only that, it also resulted in Matilda just not speaking to those people anymore who work for her, and she has to see them every day. Obviously, this is a huge problem. They even mention in this mini documentary that there's health risks to constantly being criticized and accused of certain things and being negatively judged and picked on and bullied, obviously. One of the employees even said that she feels like a ghost of herself. I mean, it's just so incredibly sad. And to be honest, I think Matilda could be right in some ways for saying that she wasn't ready to run a business of this scale because she was in her early 20s at the time, and the company did grow to $35 million in sales in just a few years. But that's not an excuse to treat people like they're lesser than you just because you're the boss. And yes, generally people are supposed to respect you when you're the boss, but that respect has to be earned. And it also goes both ways. You can't just show up and bully people because they work for you and then expect them to still want to work for you. Clearly that's a fast track to losing all of your employees and eventually having a story like this come out because enough people were brave enough to actually speak up for themselves. And I think it also kind of brings up a bigger point of how messed up the whole fashion industry is, because Matilda is not the first one to get in trouble for mistreating models and behaving in a way that makes it clear that she doesn't care about anyone but herself. Many fashion designers only care about their clothes and how they can sell them to the masses. They seem to forget that these are real people that are showing up and giving their time and energy to these brands owned by designers and influencers that they often admire and look up to and seek out because of the image that they portray to the world. But it's not always real. And it's sad because it does make it hard for you to trust people and brands when you don't know the reality of what's going on. But sadly, there's not much we can do about it aside from like trying to spread awareness and hope that enough people who are being mistreated in situations like this are brave enough to come forward and speak out about it, like the 11 people in this mini documentary. I've actually been following Matilda for quite a while, probably since like the initial curtain bang phase was going wild, and I liked some of her content, but I never actually bought anything, mostly because I couldn't get myself to spend $100 on a basic shirt. But another thing to point out is that some people who have purchased from Djerf Avenue have said that the quality is not actually as good as they hoped it would be, especially for the price. So now that all this is coming out, I think a lot of people are just questioning the integrity of Matilda and her brand as a whole. A lot of people are now unfollowing her, and there's also a lot of people who I'm sure won't be buying from Djerf Avenue again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Matilda and Djerf Avenue from here. She also just recently partnered with Rhode, which is Hailey Bieber's brand, and Hailey is also someone who's often accused of being a mean girl. So some people think that's kind of ironic, but honestly, I think the situation with Matilda is different. And I know none of us know her personally, of course, but these 11 people have made it pretty clear what kind of person she is behind closed doors. So I don't know, maybe she should have just stuck with the cute little hair tutorials and perfectly sideswept curtain bangs that made her go viral in the first place. Maybe she could have avoided all this drama, but I would love to know what you guys think about all of this. Definitely leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
We work at Djerf. Of course we're always taking photos.
We work at Djerf. Of course we go to therapy. We work at Djerf. Of course we can't use Matilda's bathroom unless she likes you.